Well, hello, everyone. We just had our leadership elections, and I have behind me our new leadership team for next Congress. And we're excited about maintaining our majority and growing our majority. We're confident we're going to have 53 Republican senators to set the agenda next year, to continue, obviously, with our top priority, which is the confirmation of lifetime appointments to the judiciary. And, you know, we have divided government often in this country. We've had divided government more often than not since World War II. So I'll be talking to Speaker Pelosi and House Democrats about what we can do together. There are a lot of things that we do together already that I know are not terribly newsworthy to most of you, but we think are as important for the country, and we'll be looking for ways, now that we have divided government again, to make some progress for the country. So let me turn it over to our new Majority Whip, John Thune.
Thank you, Leader. And it's a great honor to be able to have the opportunity to continue to serve our conference in this position. I look forward to working with our leadership team to address the important issues that the American people want to see us take on. And I will say that, as the leader mentioned, we have had divided government in the past, and obviously Republicans can work very well. And we've demonstrated that, I think, in the last couple of years. And in fact, we're going to have a bill on the floor that's going to pass, a big piece of legislation that will pass with a big bipartisan majority. And so we look forward to taking on the issues that are important to the American people, and we hope that our colleagues on the other side of the aisle will work with us as well. And I would say, with respect to the Democrats here in the Senate and in the House, that we hope that they will decide that they want to play a constructive role and put up a record of legislative accomplishment rather than spending all their time launching investigations. And I hope that that will be the spirit that we see out of the House of Representatives, because I know certainly here in the United States Senate, among our conference and our leadership, we look forward anxiously to working in a constructive and bipartisan way to address the issues that the American people expect us to take on.
I'm the new chairman of the Republican Conference, and committed to continue to work in a bipartisan way. There's lots that can be done in a bipartisan way, and we have been doing that. The water infrastructure bill passed 99-1, recently signed by the president. Bills on so patients could know the cheapest cost of drugs, that passed in a bipartisan way. So in divided government, there's still a lot that can be done and will be done. But I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you the new vice chairman of the Republican Conference, Joni Ernst.
Oh,
Joni.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John. Thank you, everyone. It is a great honor for me to join this tremendous leadership team as the Republican Conference Vice Chair. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to share our wonderful, overwhelming message of prosperity here in the United States, not only with the members of this body, but also with our fantastic constituents back home. So again, it's an honor to join this leadership team. Looking forward to working with all of you in the future. Thanks so much.
Well, it's a real opportunity to follow Dr. Barrasso as the policy chair. I think 2 points to make. One is that Republican policies, particularly on the economy, are producing great results. And two, I expect in the coming year that the Senate is the most likely place to talk about those policies, to drive those policies, to try to link those policies with what's happening in the country, and I look forward to that.
Well, I'm grateful that my colleagues would place such trust in me as their next chairman of the NRSC, and I look forward to serving all of them. I also look forward to bringing an Indiana voice to the leadership table so that we can build on the successes of the last 2 years.
Grassley's shy, but he's our new president pro tem. Said he didn't want to say anything. I don't understand. I'll take a couple of questions already.
Mr. Leader.
Yeah.
Mr. Leader, the bill to change sexual harassment rules in the House and in the Senate has languished all year. Are you committed to getting it done?
Yeah, we are. I was talking to Senator Klobuchar at length about that last night. She and Senator Blunt have taken the point on it. I don't know, Roy, if you want to add anything or not, but we're working on getting that done before the end of the year. Yeah.
Do you think we could see a partial government shutdown in December, and what might be some of the hang-ups?
McConnell, in the past, you've said that you don't think that legislation to protect the special counsel is necessary. Given what's happened over the past week, has your view changed?
No. I mean, there's been no indication, as you can imagine, I talk to the president fairly often, no indication that the Mueller investigation will not be allowed to finish, and it should be allowed to finish. We know how the president feels about the Mueller investigation, but he's never said he wants to shut it down. I've never heard anybody down there say they want to shut it down. I think it's in no danger, and so I don't think any legislation is necessary.
Have you committed to bringing criminal justice reform to the floor in the lame duck, and what other items are on the lame duck agenda?
Yeah, on criminal justice, what I've said to the proponents is that first we need a kind of final agreement. There's been a lot of discussion, but we need an actual proposal. Then we would take a whip count, see where we stand, and then weigh it at that point against the other things that absolutely have to be accomplished, one of which is how we're going to fund the government. The other is a farm bill. And so we don't have a whole lot of time left, but the first step is to finalize what proponents are actually for. There have been a lot of different versions floating around. And then we'll whip it, see where the vote count is, and then see how it stacks up against our other priorities going in here to the end of the session.
Senator McConnell, do you want an infrastructure bill next Congress?
I hope so. Yeah, that's one thing that almost everybody seems to be interested in. You know what the sticking point is. How do you pay for it? I think I can pretty safely say Republicans are not interested in doing a $900 billion stimulus, which we did at the beginning of the Obama era. In other words, went out and borrowed $900 billion. We're not interested in doing that. So the question is, how are you going to pay for it? And that always becomes very challenging because there's no sort of easy way to pay for infrastructure without impacting an awful lot of Americans.
Senator McConnell.
Thanks a lot.
Mr. Leader.